What's up, guys? What's up? It's 2 a.m. 2 a.m. This is a raw video for everyone to hear. You guys can't hear. Increase your volume. Anyway, today is a video about speaking. This is not about advice, okay? I'm sorry, this is my personal problem that I have. Maybe someone will relate to this. I don't know. I don't think anyone will watch this. But you know what? Anytime someone says that, the video gets like 1 million views. So, anyway. I already recorded this video before, and I realized that the audio was really poor. So this time I'm doing it again. And that leads me to the reason why I'm making this video, which is I can't speak. See, I know I just spoke, but I'm really not actually that good at speaking. Yeah, it might just be social anxiety. It is definitely social anxiety. Like, how do I say this? How do I say this? I say this by telling you guys that I can't fucking communicate stuff in my head very well, and I want to learn to do that. During high school, secondary school, I was mute, and I know everyone says that they were mute in high school, but I was actually fucking mute. There would be people in my class that would never hear my voice ever, and they've known me for 5 years, and it's really bad. And it really stunted me, and I definitely put some effort into fixing it, but the whole self-love charade, it's been 4 years since high school, and the self-love thing and being like, oh, just, you know, have compassion and things like that for how I am, you know, like, I don't know, it's like no matter what you say to somebody who has a problem like this, they just feel it in their bones, like in their nervous system, that it's fear. It's literally just fear, and it's irrational, and there's no philosophy that can fix this other than confidence. I think I'm gonna try it. I don't know, I've tried everything else, honestly. My social anxiety, a lot of social anxiety is often rooted by, like, I don't know, like social media, not practicing your social skills in this generation, and I will say a lot of that partly is to blame, but the reason why I was mute was a trauma response, essentially. I won't talk in too much detail about that, but I thought in my 11-year-old brain that if I just don't speak in school, I won't be introducing problems in my life, and adding to it, as opposed to my home life, which had problems. Yeah, and I basically gained no friends, maybe a few, okay, but no lifelong friends. No social skills, definitely. No social skills I need. And just crippling anxiety about the whole thing. Now, you may be thinking, like, oh, she's actually speaking quite well right now. Wait till I talk about something I don't know fuck all about. Yeah, I know myself sometimes, but wait till I yap about something that I I'm scared to yap about. But yeah, I don't know. My solution right now is to just learn how to communicate. Just the actual raw skill of learning how to speak. I don't, at this point, a mental game isn't gonna help. Telling myself that people are people and, perception is at the eye of the beholder and all that stuff, it ain't gonna help, bro. It really isn't at this point. Because either I fucking forget because I'm in fucking amygdala mode and I can't remember these things, this philosophy, because I'm so afraid of bug. Or I just, yeah, I don't know. Speaking for me is so exhausting. Genuinely, it's the most mentally exhausting thing. Like, I think studying like physics or math is easier. Maybe not, but anyway, I don't know. Yeah, my mouth is getting dry already. Like, I don't think I can physically like speak for long periods of time. It's genuinely a skill that I lack, and for good reason. I mean, who would come out of high school a normal person after being mute for 5 years? Nobody. I tried after high school during A levels. This thing that I learnt in A-level psychology called systematic desensitization. It's essentially making a list, and this is meant to cure a phobia, like a phobia of heights or I don't know, trains, I don't know. And this is, I'm blanking, okay, where was I? A list where you, and now I'm trying to explain something and it's difficult for me to do. And when I'm in conversations, this is what happens in real life, and it causes a lot of embarrassing moments where I don't want to speak anymore because I have to, like, when I explain something, like, my whole brain goes blank and I have things to say. I know what the concept was that I was just about to speak about. Anyway, it's a list where you and this is why it's hard to do interviews, because I can't fucking explain shit. It's so hard for me. It's a list where you, from the first thing you write is, you know what, screw this whole shit. Essentially, what I had to do was, I went to volunteer a few times, to increase my confidence and, help the public and whatever. And yeah, it was okay. And it did actually, boost my self-esteem, because I was like, wow, I'm trying, I'm brave for doing this. I was extremely socially anxious then. But it didn't really help because I didn't really go that often. Yeah. And what else did I do? I went on Discord calls. Imagine my like fucking goal was to talk on a Discord VC. I did meet some people there though, which was good. But yeah, the actual art of speaking and explaining and articulating myself, if it's not something like my feelings, I can articulate my feelings pretty well, which I've been doing, I feel like the person who's listening, they don't understand what I'm saying. And I have thoughts, like, genuinely, there'll be times where I thought, like, oh, I'm just not an interesting person or something, I need to read more books. Bitch, I am an interesting person, I know that. It was just a thought rooted in desperation because I don't understand what is wrong with me. And, you know, I just have to accept that I'm pure speaking. And I've been treating the symptoms a lot, you know, like feeling embarrassed, or feeling like anxious, or like the physical feelings of being in a conversation, like my heart beating. I've been trying to focus on those things, but not actually learning how to like communicate. Oftentimes I'm so jealous of my friends who can just like talk to anybody, like anyone, a stranger. Like, I can talk to a stranger too. The thing is, like, I mean, I have things to say to a stranger if I wanted to. The only thing is that I don't want to come off as creepy and strange, and I feel like if I knew, and this leads to me talking about neurodivergence. I'm not diagnosed with anything. I don't know if I am neurodivergent. I don't really want to dwell on it because it's hard to say. When with trauma, it's hard to say because you don't know if it's because of what happened to you, or for me it's an ongoing situation, but I don't know if it's that, or like, am I neurodivergent? Like, only time will tell. Only situations where I'm like maybe independent or I move out or something. I don't know. For me, there's no point in thinking about it. There's no point in me putting a label onto myself and in a way kind of limiting myself. But yeah, I've been getting autistic allegations for some time now. I mean, look at my shirt. Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. Okay, no wonder. But anyway, love to all those autistic people. Autistic people, honestly, I don't know. I mean, the consensus about all this stuff, like, they used to get made fun of. To me, they're like the smartest people in the world. Like, all the autistic people, they're like smart to me. You know, they're scientists and shit. I mean, there's other types of autistics as well, but see, what I just said, I feel like could get me cancelled, and that's why I'm also kind of afraid of speaking as well, because there's a bit of people pleasing in me. But what I said was genuinely like a nice thing, but it might come off strange to people. I don't know, and that's what's confusing to me. I don't know if what I'm saying is insensitive. I don't know if I don't know, because maybe I should just stand by my opinions. Maybe, I don't know. I'm like perpetually confused in life. I feel like I'm like perpetually overwhelmed. Let me try and explain the systematic desensitization thing again. You know what? This is actually a great idea. I'm gonna research. This is step 1 to learning how to speak, right? You go on Google and you search it up, right? And then I will explain it. I'll explain systematic desensitization once I learn some tricks, and I'll learn in real time. Isn't that fun? Okay, feel free to skip the video, like don't skip the video, skip part of the video to when I'm actually learning it. But you know what, you should actually listen to me like learning it, because you know, people always show the result but never the journey. how to articulate my thoughts better. Okay, a Reddit link. Let's see. Okay, so the first person said, write. You have no idea how much writing helps with organizing thoughts. Okay, I have a thought for him or her. That was sexist on me. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. My thoughts about writing. I did English literature. I know, surprise. And what I found while I was writing paragraphs was that, I don't know how to explain it, but like I would have an idea, right? A beautiful idea, and I would just write in short sentences, like blah 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 blah, full stop, blah 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 blah, full stop, and I would try and take this massive idea and just like convey it in one paragraph. I wouldn't be able to elaborate or explain. And actually, I remember something my boyfriend told me the other day, that when I tell stories, it's like I already assume the person knows the whole story, or like I assume that they know parts of it already, or like the people in it. And that's just not good. Like, how the fuck are they gonna understand what I'm trying to say if that's the case, if that's how I speak? Which I don't want. Okay, another thing is speaking to yourself loudly. Okay, I'm already doing that. Choose a topic. I chose the easiest topic, which was talking about my feelings and my problem that I've had for years and years. Wait till I actually talk about something. Okay. Okay, talking to myself. See, I've talked to myself a lot as well when I was younger. I had no friends, remember? And I don't know, it doesn't really help for me. Like, maybe it did, but I didn't talk about a variety of things. I think I only talked about myself to try and understand what I'm feeling. Oh my god, I can't believe I talked for 18 minutes. Wow. I'm impressed. Okay, so when you tell a story, picture yourself back in the setting. Okay? By the way, I'm 19 years old. I feel like that's kind of important context. I mean, anyone can learn. But the reason why I emphasize that is because I want to fix this kind of early. Or maybe I'm fixing it late. I don't even know. This is all interpretive. I'm turning 20 tomorrow, though. Yeah, I really want to fucking fix this before like in my 20s, as soon as possible. I'm so fucking done with this issue, man. I really am. I'm so tired of it. Okay, so all I'm getting is write, talk to yourself, picture that you're in the setting of the story you're talking about. This is why you don't go to Reddit for social advice. Holy fuck. I mean, it's okay, but like, I need more concrete information. watch interviews of charismatic people. Practice speaking with confidence. You know what? Doing this already kind of helps me because I can see how I'm being perceived through the camera, and it's not as bad as I thought. I'm always in my head, but I realize it's actually not too bad. I might do more of these. I don't know. Journal. You know what? I've had a journal. I've had a journal since 6 years old. You think all these thoughts, they're not being said. Where are they gonna be put? In my journal. That's why I have a journal since fucking 6 years old to now. Yeah, I've had thoughts, but my inability to express them is unfortunate. Substack. Scary. All these people think they're smart. Some of these people are smart, yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, this guy. I've been knowing this guy. You know what? He's not that bad.
So.
Shut the fuck up. Mate. You've been speaking too loud. Okay. You know, I knew him before he was famous. Or at least less famous. I knew him before he had 100k. Just a little flex right there. Joseph Tissot. Joseph, my dude. Oh boy, am I really gonna read all this? Okay. Tissot, I'm so sorry, Joseph, talks about interrogating your thoughts, and the questions he suggests are ruthlessly simple. What do I really mean by that? Where did the idea come from? What would make someone disagree with this? Gee, these are really, really interpretive. The wrong answer could be, could fuck you up in a situation here. Okay. Authenticity is the most important thing in leadership. Sounds good, right? But then I interrogated it. I realized I had no idea what I meant by authenticity. Was I talking about emotional honesty, consistency between values and actions, not pretending to know things you don't know? Okay. So basically, I have to understand what I'm saying. Like, that's how I can articulate it. This is like a study technique, I think. A Feynman technique, right? You explain something in a simplified version, then you know what it. I give up. Fuck. I fucking give up. I just realized that whenever I try to talk about something outside of myself, like a concept, like the Feynman technique, or the other thing that I had trouble talking about, I just freeze up. I don't know. Someone upstairs is stirring. I really hope people can hear this video. I'm not gonna do that. When you're forming an opinion, ask yourself, does this feel like me? Will this impress people? See, I'm kind of over it. That's why I'm doing this voice. You know what? 1 minute quiet time. Oh, this is good. Borrowed ideas feel hollow because they are hollow. They haven't been tempered by your judgment or enriched by your experience. They are just intellectual hand-me-downs. So real. Most of the time, oh, okay, he argued. Martin Heidegger had a fascinating way of thinking about this. He argued that we don't really possess language. Language possesses us. Most of the time, we're not speaking our thoughts. We're letting cultural patterns and inherited ways of speaking think through us. This is more philosophical though. I need concrete advice. But this is a really good article. I wish I could write like this. This is really good. When you can articulate your thoughts clearly, everything else gets easier. Your decisions get better because you understand your own reasoning. Your relationships deepen because people know where you actually stand. Your work gets more focused because you can explain what you're trying to accomplish. But the real change is internal. You stop living in the gap between what you think and what you say. You start showing up as who you actually are instead of who you think you should be. When you learn to articulate your thoughts clearly, you're becoming more conscious, developing what philosophers call reflective awareness, the ability to observe your own mental processes and guide them intentionally. Learning to articulate well forces you to wake up. I'm reading this whole article because it's actually fire. It's actually really good. But it's not really answering my question or my need to articulate. But it's a good article. Oops. Let me just say, I accidentally clicked AO3. Anyway. Okay, how to articulate your thoughts clearly. 3 precise steps. Read. Bitch, I read every day. I recommend you read 5 to 10 pages every day. I read AO3, that's enough. I don't need to write. I write in my journal. What the fuck? This is why I'm perpetually confused. Because I do all those things. Okay, probably write well. See, actually, that makes sense. Now that I think about it, that makes sense. Because I'm able to talk about myself really well because I wrote about myself really well all the time. I kept a journal since I was 6. Of course, I'm going to be able to talk about myself really easily. You might be I'm so like the internal misogyny in me. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. This person is very good. I don't know. Might be on something. Speak. That's step number 3. Speak. Hallelujah, bro. Alright. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna attempt to talk about systematic desensitization, and if it fucks up, I don't care. Because I have to learn, right? I have to learn. So where do I start? This is 30 minutes long. No one's watching this. No one's watching this. Put this on 2x speed, please. Okay. So internalized, sorry, what am I saying? Systematic desensitization. Essentially, what I made was a list to help with my phobia, which is speaking to people. Think of it like a pyramid, right? The bottom pyramid is all like the easy tasks to build up to like more difficult tasks to learn to be more comfortable speaking, essentially. If I can recall, the bottom part of the pyramid was, I wrote down stuff like go on the tube alone, eat at a restaurant alone. This was like social anxiety, not speaking in particular, social anxiety. What else? Go on a Discord call. That was like mid-tier. At the top of it was things like volunteering or talking to a stranger or a shopkeeper, which I have volunteered, and essentially I have ascended the systematic desensitization, and it's in the name, you know, systematic desensitizing of my phobia. I think I explained it okay. But yeah. Anyway, this video is too long. Let me know what you guys think and stuff, if anyone's even watching. But I'm interested. I mean, this isn't like a uncommon issue. But yeah, I just hope to learn